Sounds like someone breaking in!
Just a storm, Dick. Sit down.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boys, Matt and Matt, with our very first episode of Minute with Matts. We had a lot of topics to kind of mull over and think about what to discuss with you guys today, but we kind of settled in on just a pretty easy topic to get us going here.
It's a good one.
Which is the top 3 fitness mistakes. Now, before Coach Sarge goes into it, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you're not missing any video that we post. Again, we're going to try to get these to you guys Wednesday mornings every week and just have a lot of fun with you guys as we all get better, eat some broccoli, get results together. All right, so again, top 3 fitness mistakes. What is the number 1 fitness mistake?
Well, before I get into number 1, just remember, this is part of our weekly accountability. So guys, the more questions that you ask, the more videos that we can make, and we can help spread some fitness knowledge and drop some fitness knowledge on you guys. But
I forgot that
number
part.
1 is progressive overload. So we were just chatting before video. That was a B take before we started the video. Number 1 is just going to the gym and always doing the same routine.
Overly repetitive routines.
Overly repetitive. So if you always go to the gym, even here at boot camp, if you always go at to the machine, the bicep curl machine, and you always do the same weight, and you always do the same number of sets, you always do the same number of reps, you kind of diddle-daddle around the gym, and then you kind of head out, your body's probably already adapted to what you're doing. That's where the term progressive overload came in. That's what we were joking about earlier, is it's just the adaptation of your body trying to extend your muscles to a point where they get sore, and always trying to add weight, more sets, more reps, playing around with those ranges, and really giving your body, you know, a repetitive kind of attitude, right? And always trying to make weight heavier.
The word that he said that was really important is adaptation, right? Yeah. Because no matter what we do, no matter how awesome a fitness routine is, as far as building muscle or burning fat, if it becomes repetitive, your body is designed to adapt to the stimulus around you. So again, if you do this exact same exercise, the exact same weight every single week, your body over time is going to get used to that, right? And become very efficient at doing that thing, right? But the goal of seeing constant and steady progress of weight loss or muscle building is to make sure that your body is inefficient at doing the exercise. So again, you do the same weight for bicep curls every single day, like your body's going to get really efficient at those bicep curls, right? So you have to figure out ways to mix it up and keep your body guessing, so that way your body doesn't really realize or know what's coming next. Therefore, it gets faster results because it's a new stimulus kind of thing, right?
And so that's where number of sets come in, number of reps come in, and progressive overload specifically is for the weight choice that you have. So literally just going up a weight. Maybe it's from a 15 to a 20, 20 to a 25.
Yes.
Time under tension is another way you could play around with it as well.
Well, what I was going to say too was, you know, with boot camp here, you guys don't really have to think about this too much because we program the workouts in a certain way with our different intervals to kind of handle this for you. As you guys know, it's a brand new workout every single time you come, but we're always mixing up the intervals. We're always mixing up the flow of the room. So even though when we do our bicep curls, which we'll do, it's not followed by the same move, it's not in the same timing. We'll have different weights out for you guys. So we're kind of handling a lot of that thought process for you. But whenever you can, always try to bump up in weight. Always try to eke out those last couple reps, right? That's why it's really important when we say, hey, don't stop when there's 3 seconds left, like fight till that very last second. Because again, the more you can do, the more you can tweak it, the faster your results are gonna be, and the less your body's gonna realize what's happening to it.
Exactly, and different formats kind of take care of a lot of those things as well. If it's a shorter interval, you know, you're only going to get a certain amount of reps. If it's a longer interval, you're going to get more reps, and then you definitely have to play around with. There's a difference between how many curls you can do in 15 seconds compared to 90-second interval, let's say.
Right.
So
sure.
I think that covers number 1.
Yeah. Number 2.
Mistake. Number 2 would be form. So not focusing.
Same, do you forget it?
Yeah, sometimes I do. Not focusing too much on form, but you're always trying instead to go for heavier weight every time, but your form kind of gets sloppier in the process. And form is something that we speak highly of here at boot camp, and I'm sure in our weightlifting past, I think we were in freshman year in high school when we started lifting weights. That was the very first thing before we could even load up a bar, was understanding the mechanics of certain lifts and really knowing where you should feel it, having that mind-muscle connection, and just lifting safely and properly is a great way to put that when focusing on form.
I like to answer this question the same way that I just answered the first one, which is about efficiency. When you lift weights and you have improper form, right? So again, when we talk about bicep curls, let's just say we're doing bicep curls, right? The intention of a bicep curl is to use your bicep to curl the weight, obviously. But if you are maybe using a little too heavy of a weight, or your form again is just maybe sloppy, and you're swinging the hips a little bit and you're moving around, your bicep isn't really getting 100% of the workload, right? You're adding in some hips, you're adding in some momentum, you're adding in some core.
Momentum is not a muscle.
Momentum is not a muscle, right? So your body is trying to be efficient at lifting the weight. A very inefficient way to lift a 30-pound dumbbell is to isolate the joints and just really squeeze it out using 100% of your bicep, all right? So again, the trick for results typically is master the ability to make it an inefficient process, right? So try to make it hard on yourself. Try to not use momentum, which again makes the lift more challenging. It means that you might not be able to ego lift and pick up a 40-pound dumbbell for a bicep curl. You might have to go down to a 20, but you would rather have 20 pounds go 100% into your bicep versus trying to lift a 40-pound weight and now maybe only a certain, maybe 30% of that weight is going into the bicep because you got 20% in your hips and 20% in your core and a little bit in your shoulder, and you're all moving around. So mastering form is a really low-hanging fruit. It's a really simple way to increase the inefficiency of your body's ability to do a movement, which means better, faster results.
Exactly. And speaking to what Matt just said is ego is not your amigo is a great saying that we like to drop. And ego lifting in general kind of plagues a lot of guys when they see other guys lifting heavier weight and they feel that they need to do that to kind of prove their manliness. But again, we want the biceps to be worked when we're doing a bicep curl. We're not trying to use momentum and other body parts to help get it up, because ultimately it's going to hurt your results in the long run.
Inefficiency is the best way to go about it, right? Forcing yourself to drop down a weight, master the form, and then build up to that 40-pound weight is going to always give you better results than trying to, like Sarge said, ego lift your way through picking up a heavy weight just because you see maybe other people doing it, for instance. All right, so last one here, number 3 is, I forget.
He forgot.
I forgot. Oh yeah.
Recovery. Not focusing just as much on recovery as you do for getting in your workouts throughout the week. So me and Matt have been personally for the past couple of years, I would say, have been working out 3 times a week with a little day in between of either recovery or full-on rest. Recovery can be stretching, walking, just getting your steps in, just getting the blood flowing through those sore muscles from your workout the day before. But recovery is something that we see people skip a lot, because when you see all these Instagrammers working out every day and you see these programs for bodybuilders being in the gym every single day, you feel that you are going to get better results going to the gym every day. Specifically here in boot camp, we always push 3 times a week just because they are total body workouts. So you don't want to be working your total body 6 times a week. I mean, that's a little overkill. 3 times is all you need. Now, granted, I'm kind of getting myself into a little corner here because I have done bodybuilding structured workouts where I do work out 5-6 times a week in that kind of split, that bro split program, where on Monday you're hitting chest, on Tuesday you're hitting back, on Wednesday you're hitting legs. So you can do that if you're kind of splitting your body parts into that kind of day by day, but total body every day, I mean, you're just going to ask yourself to run into the ground later on, which ultimately results in injury, overtraining. You stop seeing the results you want, especially on the back end if you're not getting the water, the sleep, the nutrition, which is also a huge part that we talk about here at boot camp. Right?
Yeah,
I kind of went off on a lot of different directions there. So
I was going to say we're trying really hard to keep these videos within a quick, palatable amount of time.
But there's so much.
But there is so much. But Sarge brought up a really great point, actually, just about how many days a week you should be exercising. But remember,
it's kind of different for every person.
It's a little different based on the goal that you might have, your schedule, all that stuff. But the reality is, I think, again, the way I like to answer this is long term. Everybody likes short term. Everybody wants quick results. Everybody wants the quick fix. And people are highly motivated when they decide to join a program, so they want to go to the gym all the time. But when you think about, well, what is sustainable for me long term, right? Yes, it's physically possible to work out 5 days a week, 6 days a week, even 7 days a week, but if that's the standard that you're trying to live up to, and then when you miss a 7th workout or you miss a 6th workout, now all of a sudden you feel like you're behind the 8 ball, That's the point that we're trying to make that is not true. Now, if you're doing a whole bicep workout and you don't touch any other body part, then you might have to do 4, 5, 6 workouts a week to fit in all the body parts. But if you're focusing on losing weight, building overall muscle, just having a nice physical, or not physical, but athletic physique, total body, high intensity interval training workouts are the best bang for your buck. And that, to Sarge's point, is why you don't have to do them every single day. It's all about building in a very long-term approach to your fitness, right? So again, for me personally, I probably right now can stand to work out 5 or 6 days a week and manage that. But even myself as a younger guy, like how long can I do that, right? Can I really work out 6 days a week hard from now until I'm 50 years old, 60 years old? Like probably
Even as a fitness coach.
Right. Even as a fitness coach, that kind of burns people out over time. So again, I think people get a little misconstrued here. It's not that we're saying it's impossible or that you are somehow not capable of working out 6 days a week, but if you can get better results by working out less and eating more foods that you enjoy, like why would you not do that, right? That's the point that we're trying to make. So again, it depends on your goals, depends on what you're trying to do, but for the majority of people that are in our program right now and are looking to lose weight and tighten and tone, 3 to 4 workouts a week, really focusing on nutrition, sleep, and everything that Sarge talked about is the best way, and prioritizing your rest and recovery. So, went a little long, I think.
That's okay.
For our first one, but
I'm gonna have the last word here. Maybe I want to get your opinion on this.
Okay.
In my professional opinion, I think when you're trying to build the most muscle, yes, I have built muscle on bodybuilding programs, but turning that into 3 to 4 total body workouts with rest in between has actually, in my opinion, I've seen more gains that way than actually working out every day.
Yeah.
Let me know what you guys think about that. Maybe you can agree or disagree.
I think it's because, we're getting into a whole different topic of conversation.
We're saving this topic for the next video.
What he's bringing up right now, I think, is volume, right? So if you're doing a very strict bodybuilding split where you're lifting arms on Monday, you're lifting chest on Tuesday, you're lifting legs on Wednesday, you might only get to do a certain amount of exercises and reps on a specific body part one day that week. Whereas if you do more of a total body approach, so on Monday you're going to lift your arms, your legs, your abs, you're going to hit your whole body. Your muscles aren't going to be as sore. So then you won't need to take an entire week off before hitting biceps again. You'll be able to do another workout on Wednesday with more arms in it, right? So now you're getting in the same body parts multiple times a week, which will drastically increase the amount of volume you're doing on a body part. And because you're working your whole body, it really sparks your metabolism and burns a lot of fat. So again, that's
next week.
More on that in episode 2. But listen, guys, again, this is going to be a fun thing we're doing for you guys. We're going to try to really pump this up and have a lot of fun doing it. So we want you guys to be involved. Make sure to, again, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, like the videos, give us ideas on things that you want to talk about. Obviously, we already know what we're going to be talking about next week now,
Right.
as far as volume and efficiencies of exercises or splits and all that kind of stuff. But again, any topic goes in the fitness realm. So you have a question about fitness, you have a question about nutrition, mindset, motivation, accountability, anything you guys want us to talk about, we are here for you. And again, this one went a little longer, but we actually did talk about that.
Oh, that's okay.
We said we were going to try maybe do 2 or 3 topics in our first video just to kind of really get the ball rolling. But
we had to talk about 3 different topics today, essentially.
Yeah.
Even though it was only one topic, there were 3 separate tiers to that.
So moving forward, we're going to, again, maybe try to keep this between like 3 to 7-ish minutes, somewhere along there. I don't even know how long we're going. It's probably been at least 10 minutes.
Probably.
So you guys probably aren't even watching at this point.
We have a lot of knowledge that we're trying to spread.
Yes. All right, guys, we out of here. Make sure you go eat your broccoli. Peace out.